Oh, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I tell you, I apologize for not starting this a little bit sooner. Had lots of health issues pop up, and I had to take care of that. But other than that, we're settling in here. First video that you're going to see pop up, um, and I'm going to kind of go over what today's events have happened. We all know that we had a shooting at a school in Minneapolis, uh, and unfortunately, it did take the lives of two young children and wounded several other ones. Now, the reason why I wanted this topic kind of hits because, of course, we've seen these time and time again, um, and it's unfortunate. But this kind of goes to the fact that we really, really, really in our society at this point need mental illness help for people. It's got to happen. It's got to be better. We got to do better um, at understanding that. And unfortunately, a lot of people may not agree with me on this, but sometimes crazy can't be helped, and you're going to have to do something else with them. You're going to have to find something, either bring back institutions or do something, because sometimes doesn't matter how much you medicate somebody, that the crazy is always going to be there and it's always going to come out, and that's unfortunate. And it's just a fact. It's medically stated fact. And especially with a lot of the world kind of being, how do I want to say this, kind of jello is what I like to call it. They kind of jello everything. They don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. They don't want to step on any. Oh, you can be who you want to be, and we're not going to say anything. Type of deal. You got to stop with that. Life is not going to let them be that way. You may, or you may have where in a city or whatever, and you may even your household be that way to them. But when you get out in the real world, it's going to be real world shit. Okay. And that's what you got to boil it down to. And they're going to get kicked in the face, you know, and when that happens, it triggers a lot of emotional outburst, a lot of, psychosis due to that fact because you've spoiled these kids for as long as you have. Now, I'm not saying you have to, be great disciplinaries and all that stuff, but you've got to give your kids the facts of life. And you cannot just lay them in a bed of jello and say, oh, everything's going to be fine and protect them. It doesn't work that way. Um, at least from my viewpoint. And again, these are my opinions, so keep that in mind. Um, but the fact of this mass shooter today, let's look at this real quick, and I want to show you something. He even put on there. Now this is a trans person, and that's unfortunate. Um, but he put on there for the children. So the marbles weren't all in there to begin with, evidently. Because if you can even think of that type of violence, um, you're in a place where you shouldn't be, and you should have been locked up quite a long time ago. Um, but for this, I mean, pardon my dog barking in the background there. This should have been caught. This should have been caught a long time ago. And this is just crazy stuff. I mean, if you go down, you look through here, and you can see he's got uh, kill Donald Trump on there and everything. This, man, is so unfortunate. But here's one of the things I wanted to go over real quick is I wanted to say that these politicians nowadays, these talk show hosts, these people that get on the internet and do YouTube channels such as me even, they get on here and they incite. they incite violence. They incite um, just being mean um, towards the other, towards one party or the other, right? And the more we do this, the more shit like this is going to happen. They get on there and they talk rhetoric, and especially like Maxine Waters is a good candidate for this one. She's the one that gets out there and just incites crap. And, you know, another one's Gavin Newsom's, another one that does the same exact thing. And I see this more and more nowadays in the left leaning people and the left leaning tolerant party. And the tolerant party on this issue than anything. Um, and they're supposed to be the party of tolerance, and that's what I don't understand. Is you sit here and you say you're party of tolerance, but you're not tolerant at all. You incite violence, you you create chaos, and you create divide in all of us. And I can't say this so much because this type of stuff, and I'll show you this. You want to see the lieutenant? This is the lieutenant governor of Minnesota. Protect trans kids with a knife on his shirt. I mean, what are you doing? We have got to, this type of shit has got to stop, or we're going to end up with more mass shootings. We're going to end up with more people getting hurt. You've divided this country enough. You need to stop. And people need to really think about this. Really think about this, because this stuff ain't going to stop unless we actually, say something or do something. A lot of people they don't want to do anything, and I understand that. Um, Myself, I can't do a whole lot, but I can sit on here and talk to you guys, and maybe we could talk back and forth with ideals and stuff. But they've got to stop with this. Um, if you want to be trans, by all means, be trans, and God love you for you if that's what you want to be and want to do. Do I think it's right? Unfortunately, no, I don't. However, I'm not the person to judge you at the end of the day finally comes. I'm not the one to judge you. So I'm not going to sit here and judge you. But what I am going to do is, please don't fit your sexual fantasies or whatever in my direction, because that's not what I believe in. Okay? So you believe in what you believe in, I believe in what I believe in. However, if you feel like you've got violent tendencies, please seek help. If you know anybody that has these kind of tendencies, don't sit idle. Say something before it's too late. Or we're going to end up like we had today, where we had two young kids just murdered for absolutely, apparently, no reason at all. It could have been prevented, and that's the problem. So, to the politicians out there, to the talk show host, if people that do this on here, I hope to God you see this and stop your rhetoric on TV. Stop. Stop inciting the violence, because all it takes is one time for the right person to hear your rhetoric, and you've given fuel to that person to start the fire. And that's what's happening. And I guarantee that's probably what happened with this young person who did this today. But that's what I have. That's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think down the bottom. And first time, hit subscribe. I'm sure we'll be going through more stuff later. All right, guys. Have a great night. Peace.